Morning. It's been a while. I think about 7 weeks, probably 8 weeks by the time you get to see this. It has been really hot for a while. It's nice and cool now. Quick update then, we're still on 15 days. We're still on $8,670 worth of spend. Carburetors are exactly where you last saw them. And today we're going to crack on with a few odds and ends just to get ourselves back into the swing of things. One thing in particular is this. When we built the engine, I did do a compression test. What I didn't tell you at the time was that compression test was showing me about 55 bar. And after a bit of research, it seems that you need a specific type of compression tester for a small two-stroke capacity engine. So that's what this is. The main difference is there's a Schrader valve in the base of it. Let's see what it does. I just realized as I was looking at the scales on there, I just said 55 bar, didn't I? Yeah, it's not 55 bar, it's 55 PSI. Okay. So we had very low compression on the other gauge, and this is literally the first time we've tried coupling it up. So I'll see what we get, but from what I can gather, it's supposed to be about 128. Oh. You going up? I was going up and coming down. Okay, let's tighten this up then so it's not losing everything.
Hi, Bailey.
Ah, right, okay, sorry. So this itself. Okay, that was interesting. So all four seem to be, give or take, within 10% of each other, but they were certainly all around about sort of 100 PSI. Far better than it was on the other tool. Acid test, of course, will be when we fire the bike up and see what actually happens. All right, there's a couple of other little loose ends I want to do today. The shock absorber, I need to rotate it through 180 degrees so that the rebound adjustment can be reached. At the moment, last time I saw the video, I put it upside down. Other one is I want to correct the position of one of these oil pipes, and then I also want to get those check valves off and try and clean them. To be honest, it's one of the things that's been putting me off, apart from the heat. Those check valves are apparently a bit of a quite likely to break, and then you can't get hold of those. You have to then try to figure out some sort of semi-replacement. Once I found that out, I was a little bit shy to go near it. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Okay, good. So that's the bit I was on about, Trace. That's the adjuster, and I'd fitted it this way around, so I couldn't get to it. So just rotate it the other way around. That's awesome. It. Cool. Done. Okay. All right, that's 2 out of 4 things done. Next, I want to get that little oil feed pipe and route it the correct side of the
Thingy bob.
The power valve actuator. All right. Okay, so these two jobs are kind of linked to each other. That's the bit of wire I was talking about. As far as the inlet manifold, I put this on the wrong... Anyway, you saw it in a previous video, right? But what I've done is I've undone these two check valves. You want to come around this side? Can you have a quick look? Yeah. So these two check valves. So I'm 50% of the way there, because this is what I was worried about. Apparently, these little buggers here have a tendency of shearing and breaking. So they've come out perfectly well, actually, with a 10mm open-ended spanner. I've probably done this in about the most awkward fashion I possibly could have done. I should have done this during the whole strip down of the bike, but I was a bit too dumb. I didn't realise check valves were a big issue on these bikes, but so they are. Anyway, what I'm doing right now, I've undone them, and then I've got them in a cup of boiling hot water. There's a little round metal clasp, which I was able just to prise open with my thumbnail and slide it down. So I'm just trying to soften this piece of plastic off here so that I can then extract... Where's my pliers gone? Anyway, I'll get onto it in a sec. So I can extract this from the rubber hose and then blow some brake cleaner through it and clean it. All right, circle back to you in a bit, see how we get on. I want to get in close so you can see this. So having heated the little rubber pipe up with some boiling water, there you go. Now I've got 2 of the 4 check valves out, I can clean and then reassemble.
Cool.
And yeah, oh, those are those little clasps. I don't want to lose them, so I'm tempted. I'll just slide them off for now. I've been storing everything in the little holder there, and all right, I'll get the other 4 off. The other 2 off, sorry. Okay, and this is what I mean about it being. I'm doing this in the most awkward fashion possible. 50-50 in my mind about whether or not I should just cut the pipe, because when I'm undoing it like this, the hose it's all twisted round and round and round. It gets like a spring. Certainly when I go to refit these, I'll just screw the brass fitting in on its own and then slide the pipe on over the top of it with its little fastener. But my God, am I regretting not doing this earlier. And so far they've just come out a piece of cake. So I don't know, don't believe everything you see on the internet, kids. Right. Okay, there's 4 check valves off, all intact. Let's blast them through with some brake cleaner and see what the hell's going on. Okay, so all I'm doing, this is the, I need a pointer, I can't.
Finger.
What?
Finger.
No, you don't use finger for a pointer. Okay, right, ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's our check valve, and what we're going to do, I was going to use brake cleaner because what apparently is the common thing to do, but the can of WD-40 comes with a nice little tube, and I can just about hold it so that the tube fits into this end. So this is the end that goes into the oil pump. Oil's going to go this way. What we want to do is see a nice clear jet coming out and then turn it around and try and force it this way. And if the check valve's working, it won't do it. Right? If the check valve's failed, of course, we'll be able to blow through both ways. So, are you going to press for me, are you? Okay, cool. All right. Hold on. Okay, go for it. There you go. You see that perfectly well?
Yeah.
Do it again. There. Okay, now we turn it around. Okay, now try again. It's not got no chance of going. And just double check that it's still working. Oh, hang on. Fucking lunatic. All right, ready? Go on in. There you go, perfect. All right, so we've just done all 4 of those, and we're happy with those.
Cool.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to refit these with their washers, 1 at a time, and this is going to be a lot easier than how they came off because I can screw them in and then heat up the end of the rubber, slide it over without worrying about it kinking and faffing about. Mm-hmm. And the other thing I've got to do when I'm threading them is make sure I just thread it under the actuator for this,
right,
not over. It's only one of them that went the wrong side, of course, but anyway. That was a whole lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Snap.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. All right, see you in a sec.
Move your fingers.
Yeah.
You've got your fingers in the way.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to move my fingers around so you can see my fingers moving.
I can see your fingers.
Yeah? Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. So this is the problem I was trying to describe, is this is the upper left inlet, or if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, this is cylinder 3, inlet manifold, oil feed pipe. What I'd incorrectly done is I'd ran that over the top of this bar being the actuator rod that reaches the rear power valve. Okay?
Yeah.
So this was over the top of that, and I'd incorrectly fed that little supporting piece of wire bracket over to hold it. That piece of wire bracket I've taken off of there, belongs over here, and it holds a coolant pipe, and Paul Lund was the guy that pointed that out to me. So thanks very much for that, Paul. Right, well anyway, so now I've rearranged that so it goes behind inlet manifold number 2, comes out the other side. Now I can just refit those onto the check valves. Okay, so oil feed pipes. I remember in an earlier video, I took note of where they go, and I just, obviously before I took them off today as well, I took note of where they go. I think the first time around when I was looking at this, I was thinking that these oil feed pumps, oil feed pipes might need to go in a specific sequence. But having watched some of the Yamaha animation, I don't think it matters too much. However, I'm sticking with the way that I found it. And the way that I found it is that the lower 2 check valves, as you're looking at them from the side of the bike, from the offside road of the bike, you've got the lower left check valve, lower right check valve. And those two lowers go to the upper inlet manifolds. And left is left and right is right. Does that make sense? Or, let's try and be a bit more scientific about it. We know that this is cylinder number 1, and then that's number 2. Then this, are you looking?
Oh, well.
You're not here. Okay,
I am now.
Trying to show you. Can you see this?
Yeah.
All right, that's cylinder 1, that's cylinder 2, that's cylinder 3, that's cylinder 4 down there. All right. So what matters about these check valves, if you get your eye in here again. Okay, so the 4 check valves as you're looking at them, these two are the uppermost left and right. That one, upper left, would go to this.
Right.
So do you remember, you're not even looking here.
I was focusing on that one.
I know. But however, right, so the upper left would go over to here, which is number 1, 2, 3, right? So this over here, back up, you seen it?
I'm trying to get both in.
Well, you can't get both at the same time. You're going to have to track from one to the other. Anyway.
I'll stop moving then.
Right. This is number 3.
Yes.
So that's number 3.
Right.
Okay. Then this one over here, which would go over here, that would be number 1.
Right.
That means that the lower 2, the right-hand side, lower right-hand side, I've just told you wrong, haven't I?
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I've confused the fuck out myself. Right. The lower 2 go to the upper 2. So I've just popped it on the wrong one.
Should we just edit that and start again?
We'll edit that and pretend that I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like we did the entire bloody film series so far.
Yeah, like you don't talk shit.
All the time. Okay, so I'm going to pull that back off again.
Right.
There we go.
Do you want to do this in a more simple form?
Yeah, well, you know me. I like to screw it up 2 or 3 times before I get it the right way around. All right?
Yeah.
So where was I? The lowers go to the uppers.
Right.
All right, so I'm starting with the right pair of pipes, right? Because these 2 that I've got here, let's get right away around again. Right, this one, which is number 1 cylinder, that's this pipe.
Okay.
Okay, so the upper right-hand side, this is the one that's going to go on first.
Right.
Where's my little round clip thing gone?
No idea.
Probably just fucking dropped it, have I? There it is. It's halfway along the pipe. Okay.
It's got bored and walked off.
It probably has got fucking bored. Right, cylinder number 1, upper right-hand side, goes to the check valve that is at the lowest right-hand side. Clear as mud?
Yeah.
All right. I literally can just push, he says. Push, yes, push on. Most of the way on anyway. Now I'll get me little bloody pliers. Squeeze it on a bit further.
I don't think I can get in there.
Okay, right.
Somewhat.
I've got it in. And now I've got the little round. I don't, for all I know, and I'm sure somebody's going to tell me in the comments, this is like a one-time use only little collar, because having sort of peeled them off a little bit with my fingernails, and that's all I did to get them off. Now they're just sliding on and off, on and off. They don't seem to be doing a great deal of jack anything. So maybe I'll try and crush it a little bit whilst it's on there. Maybe, who knows. But yeah, I'm going to almost guess that that's a one use only thing. So if anyone knows where I can get them from, plenty of time before we actually go through the process of starting the bike up.
We'd like to do jobs several times anyway.
Of course we do. It's all good practice. Right. So that's on there at the minute. But I'm not happy with that little metal thing. So anyway, let's get them on before I forget where the hell they all go. All right, so then this one, which is number 1, 2, 3, number 3, that's going to go upper left. It's going to go to lower left.
Right, trust you.
You trust me? Okay, cool. Let's just slide that on there. Oh, it's so weird having had about 7 weeks off not doing any of this stuff. You almost like lose confidence in yourself. Not very nice.
Momentum.
Well, you lose momentum, yeah. It's not a very nice sensation, though. You start doubting yourself. I had this in my brain as a major roadblock. I was like, I really didn't want to I knew I had to do this, but I was very nervous about doing it. I don't know why. The longer I left it, the worse it sort of got.
Oh, but it's fine.
You were fine. No, good. Right.
Quite enjoyed having my Sundays back.
Having your Sundays back. Well, I'll just keep them short and sweet for the near future anyway. Right, there's two that are on. Quite happy with those two. Now I've got the upper two, which should have these lower pipes. Let's see if I can see which one's which. Okay, that's the left hand side. So this one doubles back on itself. That is the right hand one. And I want my little clip. Slide that over. It does feel quite tight actually. There we go. Okay, so that is that's this one. That's number 1, 2. That's cylinder 2, and that should go to the upper right hand side. And it is, I was about to say, it's as simple as that. Oh, yeah, that is it. Let's just push that on. And that little metal clip, as I said, this one feels like it's still got some life left in it. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, okay, that's good. I like that. Okay, final one.
It can only come from one place.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure I've got nothing trapped anywhere. Okay, grab that. Slide the little clippy thing over it. Again, this one feels quite decent.
So we just need a couple, yeah?
Well, if you can buy them from anywhere, I'm sure you probably can. I'm sure, hopefully, relying upon the internet here to fill in the blanks for me. Send me the comments where you get these from. And
Yam bits.
maybe yam bits, yeah. And just push that on there. That's lovely and snug. Cool. And then the metal clip. As I said, this one's got a little bit of life left in it. I can't tell you how much I was sort of stressing doing this. It looks like it's a piece of cake in the end.
You were going to say piece of piss.
That's technically, yes. That's exactly what I was going to say. Right. Let's put this back together and I'll stop waffling.
Please.
Please, fuck off. Cheeky badger. Badger. What do we got? Make sure that goes in there. Like that, yep. Those two first, and then these two.
Lunchtime.
It is lunchtime, yeah? Well, look, I've got to be honest, I'm more than happy with that for today. I know it's not much, but it's getting my confidence back and get going again. So I'm going to take that as a win. A win that I didn't break the little brass thingamies. And then next week I'll just fit the carburetors and the cables. Oops, get out. This was a lot easier when the engine was on the workbench, yeah. So much easier.
So everybody can watch you struggle.
Like the mom.
We'll edit it.
We'll edit
So it looks
it,
like it's 2 seconds.
yeah. Oh, there we go. All right. So I don't know how long that's taken so far, but I think that's
That bit.
short and sweet. Yeah. I'm fucking this right up.
I'm just recording.
Oh my God. Fingers and thumbs. like I said, so much easier when it's on the workbench.
There you go.
And all I've got to do is just hold it forever.
2-second rule.
What do you mean 2-second rule? What's that about?
Isn't that all it took you?
It will in the edit.
Yeah.
Like 2 seconds.
2-second rule is when you drop food, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Another thrilling episode in the saga of getting this bike on the road. No, I'm genuinely happy. I was. It was really bothering me not getting anything done for a while there.
It was way too hot.
It was way too hot. But I'm going to take the cap off. That's not quite sitting quite the way I want it to on the right hand side. Like I said.
You could have just ended that and then pretended like it was done and then faffed around afterwards.
Don't worry, I will. I'll cut that out.
Instead, I have to keep redoing you, and people will go, just put the damn thing on.
It's like I didn't tune in to watch this dickhead take this thing on and off 3 fucking times. Guess what you did? Just hit skip ahead. If somebody can just skip me ahead about 6 more weeks so that this bike's now rideable, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened there? Oh, fucking hell. That is, awkward bastard. Like I said, a lot easier when you do it on the workbench. There's 2. Come on. There's the other 2. And slide in, you fucking thing. Okay.
Done?
Yeah. Just get the screws in there. And job done. All right. See you next week.